こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、リーズユナイテッドの田中碧に関する動画です。リーズユナイテッドは、プレミアリーグ第12節で、アストンビラに2対1で敗戦しました。田中碧は、前半23分から途中出場したものの、71分に途中交代したことが、リーズファンの間でも物議を醸しています。リーズファンのKageyチャンネルでは、レビュー動画の中で、この交代について批判し、田中碧かファルカを選ぶなら、ファルカが解任されるべきだと話しています。実際にどのように話しているのか、チェックしてみましょ
う。Let's move on. Let's go on to the main one because there's two main topics for this one. One is how Tanaka, the other Brendan Aronson. Surprise, surprise. But this is Farke on Tanaka, and there's so much to get into with this. Tanaka taken off in case of receiving red card. Fourth official warned Farke it was coming if he was fouled again. Right. Okay. Stick with me here. Okay. Because let's just say that is true. That would be then on Farke to say, Tanaka, you're literally our best midfielder right now. Don't take another silly foul. Just don't. If someone's going to breeze past you, let it happen. We got the defense covering it. Just let it go. But I need you on the pitch. Also, as well, at this stage, people, Tanaka got took off on the 71st minute. We also had Bogle and Ampadu on yellow cards at this stage. Now, if you're going to give me odds on somebody getting sent off out of the three, it would have been Ampadu or Bogle. And also, as well, all it would take for one of these two, even if they weren't warned over and over again, and I don't know if Tanaka was even being warned for persistent fouling, but let's just say he was. All it would take is a breakaway by Marlon on that side, Bogle to trip him up. Bogle's also gone. So that in that case, why didn't Bogle go off as well for James Justin in that sense? Ampadu, you know Ampadu's always good for a card. He's literally suspended, isn't he? He's going to be suspended soon. So that's where I don't buy it. And also in that way, why don't you trust your own management if you tell how Tanaka don't do any more fouling, you're going to get sent off for persistent fouling? Why don't you do that and give that message? Why don't you trust yourself to give that message to your player and for him to advise it? Also, as well, the aftermath of it. You saw him talking to how Tanaka as he was coming off the pitch. That conversation continued as Tanaka was on the bench, which leads me to believe it can't just be about the card. And what I also believe as well, that if we had, let's just say that goal had stood and it wasn't off Calvert-Lewin's hand and we get a 2-2 draw, I think the reason that he comes out with after is way different. I think it's completely different. I think it's because he would have said, I saw something, I knew that we could change the game in this way, and that's how we picked up a point today. And I genuinely believe he would have said that. Genuinely believe it. And that's why I do not buy what he's selling with this way. Now listen, get ready for this week. You know that we have our training pictures. You know this club loves a PR post. You'll probably see Tanaka and Farke hand in hand, with arm around each other in training, smiling at each other for the camera, you know, in some cheesy training photos. I wouldn't put it past this football club because that's all they do right now. PR, that's all they do. Oh, and a bunch of emails with Christmas sales. I seem to be getting about 10 a day. But I just don't buy that whole thing. And it also, let's just say it's true, it means you've been dictated to by the fourth official, and also that you just don't believe in your man management, which is very questionable at times anyway. So for me, and the way Tanaka was looking after the game, and the thumbnail I've got is one of him after the game, that I just don't believe he buys it either. I don't believe that he believes that it would have been for a second yellow. He obviously didn't like that Tanaka was probably too advanced forward and actually doing something with the ball, because we're going to get into Brendan Aronson in a bit, but there was no reason to take Tanaka off at that stage. Absolutely not for me. Absolutely not. Let's see what people are saying. Kieran here. Tanaka is a smart player. He can show restraint. Bogle and Amps have been rash in the past. Farke sees Tanaka as expendable. Yeah, and I've said it before. We've been through this before with players and Farke winning. Not this time. Nope. If anyone's going to leave this football club and you're giving me a choice out of Tanaka and Farke, get out now, Farke. You're not no more. You've won with the Cresswell. We've lost so much money on Charlie Cresswell and the club. I don't even think they realize it, but I said it at the time. This is nothing new from me. I knew we lost money on that. You do not have an England under-21 highly rated international with 3 years left on his deal, or maybe it was even 4 at the time, and you sell him for under 5 million. It's insane stuff. But they backed him with that. They backed him with sending back Jed Spence early and then getting in another right back that he still didn't even play in Connor Roberts. They've backed him over and over again. They've backed him with Ramazani going in the summer. They have backed him with so many decisions. And there's a quote that he's going to say that I'm going to bring up, which shows you exactly why he sees the team in the mold that it is right now. And I just don't accept that either. Ian just saying here, I've given up on Farke and the 49ers. They've got work to do. Listen, I liken it too as well with Ramazani. He made so many bad managerial appointments. You're thinking, God, is this guy ever going to get it right? And then he struck gold with one, didn't he? And that's what it's going to take from the 49ers. But they've got to see the errors of their ways with this. They've got to realize, you know what, we messed up in the summer. We should have sacked him then. We didn't do it. Now we've got to, we've spent $100 million on absolute crap. You know, I feel like I'm being generous with the transfer window being 4. Every game we go into, we're looking at these players having to try so hard to look like they're capable of stringing 3 passes together. It's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch when you're looking at other teams playing the Premier League. It's like we're in 2 different leagues. But listen, let's see what they've got next, because so far with the window and the managerial appointment, it's all mediocre, all of it. 49ers need to stand up right now as owners. But yeah, listen, give me your thoughts in the comments about the Tanaka thing. Let me know how you feel. Do you believe that's the reason? And do you even think it's an acceptable reason for your best player on the pitch at the time to be taken off at that stage of the game? Let me know. Fantastic again. I agree, KG. Tanaka dares to show some expression on the pitch. Farke wants him on a short leash. Total control freak. Well, I mean, it's a small thing, but when Tanaka injured the player on international duty, and again, I hope he gets well soon, it was shocking to see Tanaka that far up the pitch trying to let off a shot from outside the box, because when he's been playing in the Premier League, he's usually back in our own half. So it's all instruction by him. Kevin here, the thing is, KG, if Farke stays or another manager comes in, I don't think much business will be done in January. Yeah, it's not about the business so much. I mean, it is if Farke's in charge, because we're going to get more Farke type players, and I just don't want that anymore. But it's more about just giving us a fresh idea. Can we see 2 up front with another manager? We might do. With Farke, we know we're never going to see it until we're behind and he throws on the kitchen sink like this is the championship. It doesn't work. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how he thinks that works in the Premier League. This is a tactical league. You cannot just think, oh, we're 2-1 down. Peru, everyone, go on, fill your boots. It doesn't work like that. My thing is, we just need fresh ideas, and I think the players do as well. I think they need something new. I think players that know that they're on a short leash when they play, they need a new manager so they can renew their confidence and everything else. Meanwhile, other players can get played over and over again, lose the ball over and over again, and they'll probably start in the next game. The players probably need it as well. But let's just see. Let me just say this as well. Daniel here, worst case scenario would be Daniel Farke overseeing the window. Yeah, enough of it now. No more Daniel Farke signings for me. I'm done with it. Absolutely done. And that's just one reason why I want him gone. And again, I've got to make it clear, I don't actually dislike the guy. I just know he's not a Premier League manager. And that's not what I want at my football club. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I don't have to make it personal. I don't have to dislike him or hate him. Hate's a strong word anyway. But he is not a Premier League manager. And these quotes tell you that as well.
次は解説です。今回はイディオム表現が多いですが、珍しい表現も多くありました。早速、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょ
う。If someone's gonna breeze past you, let it happen.
ブリーズパストは、そよ風であるブリーズと、通り過ぎるという意味のパストが合わさったイディオムで、風のように軽やかに通り抜けるという意味です。何かを苦労せずスムーズに通過するというニュアンスがあり、努力を感じさせない印象です。特にスポーツの文脈では、選手が相手を圧倒してドリブルで抜いた時などに使われます。また、試験やインタビューなどを楽勝で通過したと言いたい時にもぴったりです。カジュアルな会話でよく使われるので、ネイティブっぽい表現を身につけたい学習者にはおすすめのフレーズです。
If someone's gonna breeze past you, let it happen. If someone's gonna breeze past you, let it happen. And also as well, all it would take for one of these two
all it would take は、何かさえあれば、何かが起こると言いたいときに使われる便利な表現です。all の後に that が省略されており、直訳すれば、必要なすべてのものは、という意味になります。例えば、たった一言で関係が壊れるや、小さな出来事が大きな問題の引き金になるなど、これさえあれば起こるというニュアンスを出したいときにぴったりです。非常会話やニュース、映画などでもよく出てくる表現で、軽い警告や家庭の話、ドラマチックな状況説明などに使われます。覚えておくと、ネイティブらしい口調にぐっと近づきます。
And also as well, all it would take for one of these two, and also as well, all it would take for one of these two, I wouldn't put it past this football.
put it past は、通常否定形で使われ、誰かがそんなことをやってもおかしくないや、やりかねないと言いたい時の表現です。皮肉や疑い、怒りを込めて、相手の行動を予測するときに使われます。ここでのパストは、過去や通り過ぎたものというイメージから、誰かの手の届かないところに置くというイメージで、否定形で使うことによって手が届かないところには置かない。つまり可能性はまだあると思うよ。というイメージを持つと理解しやすいでしょうか。あの人ならまた嘘をつきそうとか、その会社ならきっとまた値上げするよ。と言いたい時にぴったりで、ややカジュアルで口語的な表現ですが、英語ネイティブの日常会話では非常によく出てきます。疑いや予想を表現する手段として覚えておくと便利です。
I wouldn't put it past his football. I wouldn't put it past his football. He can show restraint.
リストレーントは、何かを抑える力や態度を表す言葉で、我慢、自制、制限などの意味を持ちます。例えば、怒りを爆発させそうな時にぐっとこらえる行為も、リストレーントです。これはフォーマルな文脈で使われることが多く、感情、行動、資質、発言など、様々な対象に対して使えます。また、警察などが使う、拘束という物理的な制限という意味でも使われるので、ニュースやドキュメンタリーでもよく目にする単語です。日常生活だけでなく、ビジネスや法律の場面でも品質の語彙です。
He can show restraint. He can show restraint. Listen, I liken it to as well with Ramazani.
ライ君は A を B に例えるという意味の動詞で、物事の共通点や似ている点を強調したいときに使います。例えば、人生を旅になぞらえるや、誰かを有名人に例えるといった表現がそれにあたります。基本的にはフォーマルな文脈や書き言葉でよく使われますが、比喩的な表現を豊かにしたいときにはとても役立つ語彙です。ライ君 A to B の形を覚えておけば、他の文にも応用しやすくなります。エッセイや評論などにもよく出てくる単語です。
Listen, I liken it to as well with Ramazani. Listen, I liken it to as well with Ramazani, and he throws on the kitchen sink.
スローザキッチンシンクは、台所のシンクまで投げるという直訳が意味する通り、手当たり次第何でもぶつけるや、全力を投入するというイディオムです。特に問題解決や戦い、プレゼン、試合の終盤などで、残された全てを使って挑む様子を比喩的に表現します。ユーモラスかつ誇張的な言い回しですが、ネイティブの日常会話やビジネスシーンでもよく使われます。注意点としては、ややカジュアルな表現なのでフォーマルな文書では避けましょ
う。And he throws on the kitchen sink. And he throws on the kitchen sink. Peru, everyone, go on, fill your boots.
fill one's boots は、イギリス英語でよく使われるイディオムで、文脈によって2つの意味があります。一つは、好きなだけ楽しむや、お腹いっぱい食べるなど、思う存分なんなんするという意味です。ビュッフェやパーティーなどで使われることが多く、親しみやすい表現です。もう一つは、誰かの役割を引き継ぐや、代わりを務めるという意味で、特に退職や昇進などの場面で使われます。どちらも会話でよく登場するので、文脈に注意して使い分けましょ
う。Peru, everyone, go on, fill your boots. Peru, everyone, go on, fill your boots.
いかがでしたか？Kageyはもともとファルカのことが気に入っていないようですが、今回の件では、田中がファルカの無能さの犠牲になっていると言わんばかりに、こういう問題で田中碧が移籍することがあるようなら、ファルカが出ていくべきだと言い、オーナー企業である49ヤーズにファルカを解任すべき責任があると訴えかけています。もちろん田中碧が2枚目のイエローカードをもらうリスクを考えることも理解できるでしょうし、アントン・スタックが脳震盪で数試合出られないことを考えると、なおさら、田中碧が退場するリスクが大きいものだったのかもしれません。それでもファンから見れば、他にもイエローカードをもらった選手がいる中で、最も良いパフォーマンスを見せていた田中碧を交代させたことが理解できないというところでしょう。今後数試合の結果によっては、ファルカの解任も十分あり得ると思いますが、それに関わらず、田中碧はこのパフォーマンスを続けていれば、評価は上がっていくでしょうし、移籍によるプレミア残留できる可能性も高いと思いますので、今のパフォーマンスを 続けていってほしいなと思いつつ、また楽しみたいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。